This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I am joined this evening by none other than David Babich, who's joining us all the way from Auckland, New Zealand, and we are going to be tasting his Marlborough 2022 Pinot Noir. Now, what does Pinot Noir from Marlborough mean to you, David?
Uh, just managed to pour the wrong glass. I think Pinot Noir from Marlborough is a really clean expression of Pinot Noir. It tends to express cherry characters, strawberry characters, and as it ages, it does a good job in that forest floor secondary fruit development spectrum. And I find it a very attractive drink. It's quite easy drinking, but it over delivers on flavour and aroma. So it matches well with food. I think Pinot Noir is the most food-friendly variety in existence. It goes with all sorts of things, and so its broadness is right out there.
Tell us a little bit about how you make this Pinot Noir. It's funny, when I came to New Zealand 15 years ago, I knew the wines of Martinborough, Pinots of Martinborough, and of Central Otago. Marlborough was always a kind of outlier for me, but I feel that over the last 15 years, I've begun to be able to identify Pinot Noir from Marlborough a little more easily. Do you think that's to do with the age of the vines, or do you think just the industry has evolved when it comes to Marlborough Pinot Noir?
I think both of those. I think both of those things are factors in what you're seeing. The vine age is definitely an improvement. You move out of that sort of immature spectrum into something more stable. Marlborough tends to have more red fruit expression, so red cherry rather than dark cherry versus Central Otago, which is darker, more brooding, more masculine. Marlborough tends to sort of sit at that midpoint, but it does deliver up a lot of flavour, and it's surprising because in the glass, I don't know if you can see that well, but it's medium colour and body. You'd look at that, and then you taste it, and it has a lot of flavour and a lot of mouthfeel. The length through the palate is very good. And I noted before, very good food matching wine. This wine is outstanding with food. It doesn't overwhelm food, but it really stands up for itself with those flavors.
Please tell us how you preserve that wonderful fruit character with the vinification of these grapes.
In order to preserve that primary fruit, we do the first part of the ferment in a mix of open top and closed top red stainless steel fermenters on skins. We don't overdo the skin contact because it can become a bit overwhelming on the tannic side. So maybe 10 days, sometimes 2 weeks, and then we're off skins, and then a portion stays in stainless, and that's really preserving for that primary fruit. Another portion goes into oak for oak aging, and the oak is important in part because you're extracting a bit of sort of cedar content as a flavour, but really the oxygenation through the oak wall is rounding the product and making it less of just a generic red wine into a Pinot Noir, what we know as Pinot Noir. And it's really important to have that oak content part because it does develop the wine. Pinot Noir needs this bit of oxygen through its aging process before it goes into bottle to sort of start showing its true character. Otherwise, it stays simplistic.
The oak here adds just that little hint of spice to this wine. It's not overwhelming in any way. I'd be curious as to what the cooperage was, what the program was for the.
The spice, the entirety of the oak that goes into this is just French oak off quite a sort of broad range of coopers coming out of France, but it's all tight grained oak, so it tends to come from cooler areas where the trees will grow slower and tighter, because we want the slow release and slow micro-oxygenation. But that spiciness also comes out of us doing a little bit of whole bunch ferment. So you've got some stem in there. And you got to be careful with stem, because if you dial it up, stems in the ferment, if you dial it up too much, you end up with a really spicy wine, because they are going to deliver the spice. But we do 1 or 2 small tanks of whole bunch stem content, and then we'll blend in to taste to see, how much spice do we want in there. We don't want that being a dominant character, but it's nice to have it in there as a complexity.
Lovely. Now, it's a very versatile wine, but what would your perfect pairing with this be?
I like duck, Jamie, so I'm going to go with duck.
With the classic.
The thing about duck and Pinot is gamey at its heart, and duck or venison are both gamey meats. I'd probably lean towards duck, because I don't eat enough duck, I feel.
Right. You've got me getting very, very hungry, because I've not had my dinner as of yet. I don't think I have duck on the menu, unfortunately. I think it's chicken. But I'm sure
Don't complain to the chef, just let it go.
I'm chef. David, thank you so much for joining us at Good Food Revolution today. Really appreciate your time. We've been talking for quite some time today. So I hope your day gets much better after you've said goodbye to me.
Thanks, Jamie.
Cheers. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll
Cheers.
catch up again sometime soon. Bye for now.
Look forward to it.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye.